Hi, Julie. Okay, I recognize it's been a long time since you bought this book, Indian Club Exercises by Edward B. Warman. And I have finally figured out, with much help from YouTube and other diagrams, how to actually use these things and how to not accidentally hurt your shoulders even further. So we're going to go back, go through the basic level 1 exercises real quick, and then we're going to upload all this to YouTube so that you can always refer back to it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on notifications. I know that sounds like I'm an actual YouTuber here, but hopefully it could actually help you out. So first things first, I'm going to get nice up and close. This little bump here on the handle, much thanks to Sharon, my camera woman, this bump here on the handle will go in the center of your palm and your hand wraps around it. So with the right hand, if I put it here, it wraps around it from the center of the palm there. If you ever get normal Indian clubs with a nice handy ball at the end, that can tell you where you need to put your hand. I like to do all of my club swinging at the attention position, my feet at 45 degrees. That way, I don't accidentally knock my knees or my hips as I'm swinging this thing. It's the most safe. Normally, before I start any Indian club swinging, I usually do this about twice a week. Keep my chest proud, back as straight as I can get it, and I have the club resting right here. That way I know, my body knows it's time for me to start. And then we have three. We're going to start with 3 basic movements here. There are 3 planes of movement. Your front, your sides, and up and down. For Mr. Warman, he would call these, I guess, the sagittal, horizontal, and vertical planes. I think it's silly to call that, so it's just front, sides, up and down. And you get the first 2 of those with the first movement. You take your club in your hand, and you're just going to swing it forward. And as it comes up, you bend your arm, let it reach back, and then bring it back down. Let gravity do the work for you. We're not trying to build a lot of muscle here. We're trying to heal the shoulder and help it to feel better. You'll notice it a lot in your rotator cuff. Now, if you think to yourself, because I'm going to give you this club so that you have your very own swing weight, your own Indian club here. If you're thinking to yourself, I can't do that, it's too hard, it's painful when I try, then what you want to do, going from this ready position here, lift it up and as far back as you can, and let the club gently pull and stretch. So if you can't do this first level 1 swing, you just let it take care of you every now and then. About 30 seconds at a time, bring it back down. Doing the same here with the right side, lift it up, bring it back down. And before you know it, it's going to feel better, and you'll be able to get some momentum in there. The front swing, easy as pie. The second motion should be for your horizontal movement. So you get those internal parts of your shoulders that go from side to side. Well, basically the same thing. Take your club, you let it swing side to side. You try to get it nice and even, horizontal to the ground as it comes up. If you find that this is hurting this interior part of your shoulder, you can bring the club up, have your palm up so it doesn't fall off, hold your hands here, and then for this upper part, just bring your hand up and rest it against a wall. Over time, there's movements that I would say that's really helps out, that make it a lot easier. there's something called a crescent moon swing, where we take it up here, let our elbows swing it down, swing it to the side. But for now, the second movement is just to the side. It's to the left, to the right, keeping it close to your body without hitting it. We have helped your shoulder this way and this way. And now, here's where your wrist is going to come in. And I know this is going to sound really silly because you're asking yourself, this was supposed to be for my shoulders, for my rotator cuff, for strengthening this after surgery. And you're right. But this movement here with your wrist, the better you get at it, the further away you can put it from your shoulder. And your shoulder will thank you as it holds this position, and the changing weight makes it stronger. And eventually, once we complete this, Mr. Warman has a fantastic exercise for helping the entire shoulder out, where we lift the club with our wrist, curl it with our elbow, and then bring it all the way up. But for now, close to the body, elbow in and tight, you just make circles forward. And the more comfortable you get with it, the more you can step outwards and let your shoulder do more of the work of holding it up and horizontal to your body. Now, if you're also saying, my wrists are not enjoying this, I type a lot as a nurse, that's okay. Instead of making these circles, you can hold it and just let it pull your wrist down a bit, and then reverse it. So if our level 1 exercise session here includes the front swing, the side swing, and wrist circles, slowly moving away from the club, getting some distance in there. Level 0, if you don't feel capable of doing that, or if it is painful to do, and obviously there's a difference between muscle pain and joint pain is what we got to watch out for, then we have a back stretch. I almost want to call this a pistol grip stretch. Going to the wall, and then finally wrist stretches front and back. So with these three, either level 1 or level 0, no judgments here are made. I recommend giving yourself about 10 minutes to practice it. Practice all three, rotating almost like a circuit of sorts, until you feel comfortable moving on to the next set of exercises I'm going to give you, where we get to do some really fun stuff. Alright, hopefully that helps. I love you very much. I can't wait to see you on Saturday to give this to you, and let anybody know that if any friends you have, if they want to get in on this too, I'll just keep it on YouTube for you. God bless you, and have a good one.